Hi then, welcome to my solar panel update for August and September 2023. I know it's a bit late, I've had a million things going on. But I thought better late than never, and instead of doing one video for each, I just do one video for both. So, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Steph, and I do regular solar panel updates. We live in England in West Midlands, and when my husband and I were looking into getting solar panels, we found it really hard to work out if it was actually worth it. I did find a YouTube channel of someone who lived near Norfolk, and he seemed really happy with his panels, but I thought the weather was really different over there than it is in Birmingham, and I wanted to just make videos for people in the West Midlands. I thought it would be really helpful. So just if you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. Just a quick reminder, our setup, we have 12 solar panels, approximately 4.2 kilowatt hour system, and we had it fitted on 26th of April 2022, so it's been about a year and a half. And we also have a triple power battery and a 5.8 kilowatt battery and 3.7 kilowatt Solax inverter, and we had those fitted this year, so in March 2023. So it's been about I want to say 6 months, am I counting that right, 7 months ish, that we've had that. So it has really impacted. I've decided to do like a hint and tip section at the end of the video, but having a battery has made a huge difference. So just so you know, our import rate, we are with Octopus, and we are on the Flux rate. So it's a rate where you have 3 rates for import and 3 rates for export. And if you look at the import rate, I put the 3 different rates and the time. Well, there's actually 4 time ranges, I suppose you'd say. So from 2 to 5, not 15, sorry, I got a glitch there. From 2 to 5 a.m. It's 1692p per kilowatt on import. From 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's 28.20, so that's mid-range. And then the really expensive range is from 4 to 7 when people use the most electricity, I'm assuming. And then in terms of export, so if you export in the night between 2, so the ranges are the same for import and export, so that helps. If you export between 2 and 5, you only get paid 6p76 per kilowatt. We don't export anything at night, obviously, because we make electricity in the day. So I don't even know if our batch or inverter can release electricity at night, but that's not something I'm interested in personally. Then when we export between 5 a.m. and 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. and 2 a.m., we get paid 18.61p. And then if we export at the busiest time, the peak time of the day, it's 30p 45. I'm struggling with the cents, sorry, the pennies. But anyway, it's written on the screen, so it gives you a good idea. And what I try to do is I put the washing machine and the dishwasher and stuff on first thing in the morning, so that by the time we reach 4 o'clock, if it's a good day, the battery has filled up again, and then from 4 o'clock onward, what I generate goes back to the grid. That works really well for summer. I don't think it's going to work that great for autumn, but it's hard to tell because it's only early October. So at the time of recording that, we're the 8th of October, and we're having a mini heat wave, and it's been 20 degrees and it's really hot. So it's not our typical autumn weather, basically. But then our summer was not typical either, and that reflects on the number. So if you haven't seen my previous video, you might want to go back and look at my previous updates. May to June was amazing. Like, we had the best. I think we made £110 just from export. It was amazing. Things went downhill massively from there. So I'm going to talk to you for the period of mid-July to mid-September. So my bills are generated from the 19th to the 18th. So I've decided to follow that because it's a bit easier for me to give you like accurate figures. So our average daily consumption for that period was 10.4 kilowatt for the whole house. We do not have an electric vehicle. We just now had an induction hob, so up to recently we were still using a gas hob. But I would say everything else that most people have in their house is electric. We have 2 children. We have a fairly big TV screen. And everybody has devices running throughout the day. So 10.4 kilowatt is our average. Unless I do like a big Sunday roast, for example, where I cook for ages, this tends to be pretty accurate, 10.4 kilowatt for us. So our total solar panel generation from mid-July to mid-August was 458 kilowatts, which was good. And our total solar panel generation from mid-August to mid-September was 422, which wasn't that bad really. I thought it was less than that, but when I pulled the data yesterday, I realized it wasn't, so I was actually quite pleased with that. Our total electricity used from the grid for mid-July to mid-September, so 2 month period, was 146 kilowatt, so that's £66. If we had not had the solar panel and we use the same amount of electricity, we would have used 646 kilowatts and it would have cost us £224, so it's quite a big difference. And then the total of electricity we exported back to the grid for that same 2 month period was 381 kilowatts, which was about 80 per watt, £79. So in total, we saved £236 between mid-July and mid-September. So when I say save, I'm counting what we saved on the actual bill. So for example, our bill for this 2 month period was £66 instead of £224, so the difference between that is a saving. But I also count what I've sold back to the grid as a saving because I'm calculating it against the total investment of our solar panel. What I didn't say is that we invested about £12,500 in our solar panel and battery. I know the prices have gone up a bit. I don't know how. I know at some point it was 20 or 30% more. Right now, I don't know if that's still the case because it seems like there's a massive boom on everything that's solar. So I don't know if that's still the case or not. But anyway, our total saving to date is £1,411, and I'm estimating that I took a rate. It's really difficult. Like, take that with a pinch of salt because the rate's obviously going up and down a lot, as you know, and it's really hard. So like, it's a rough figure, but it's a really good rough figure. I'm really pleased with it. So I also wanted to add that between end of April and March this year, when the battery was fitted, which is about 11 months, we saved 600 and something pounds. So if you take that 1,400 minus 600 and something pounds, there's about, I'm gonna call it and says this roughly we saved about £750 saving and gained from selling electricity back between mid-March and now, which is almost the same as we did in the first 11 months. So it's really, really, like, for us it's really good. So here for the little hint and tip section, some of the things that if you don't have solar you might want to consider, or if you do have solar you might not thought about it. In the summer, I cut off the option on the app. So there's the Solax inverters, there's a Solax app, and I cut off the option of refilling from the grid at night because from different comments I received, I realized actually I don't need to fill the battery every night. We reached a point in the year, maybe in May, because it was really nice May, where I thought actually if I just check the weather and the days are so long, even if it's cloudy-ish, I will still get quite a lot of electricity, enough to go through the day, because our average is about 10.5 kilowatt per day. I've found in the last few weeks, so we're now in October, that I have struggled to do that, and I've run out of electricity on several occasions. So the cost we were trying to work out last night, we were watching TV and we were down to 10%, and at 10% the battery stops emptying, the inverter cuts it off. I don't know why. But we were trying to work out, we were watching TV and we were trying to work out how much it was going to cost us. And the inverter was saying 300 watts. So we assumed that it would take 300 watts per hour. And at the rate, what was the rate at that time? Let me get back. Import rate, so we were watching TV at about 10 at night. So the rate was 28.20p per kilowatt, and we were using 0.3 kilowatt. So it's about like 10p for watching TV for an hour. So it's not massive. It is annoying, but it's not the end of the world if it does happen. So that's one of the things that I was trying to kind of work out yesterday, because I've become a bit obsessed with saving money on electricity. And yeah, it's just, you need to get used to it. It's like new habits you need to take. So it feels a bit weird at first, and sometimes it feels a bit hard work, but you save so much money. So I think it's a decision you need to make. Do you want to save money or not? But I want to save money. So Another thing I wanted to say was, so we are with Octopus, and I'm really happy with them. They're brilliant. Everything is really good. The customer service is good. But I did ask for a refund because my account was £700 in credit, and I didn't need £700 to be sleeping on my electricity account. So I asked for a refund, and it does take a good 9 working days. So they're really good at coming back to my email really quickly, saying that it was processed and that I would get the money back within 10 working days. But I was hoping it wasn't actually 10 working days, and it is. So my advice personally would be, if you can see that you building up a lot of credit, maybe just reduce your monthly amount, and rather than think, oh well, I ask for the money back later, because if for any reason you do need that money, 9 working days can feel like forever when you're trying to get your money back. So my advice would be just reduce your, even if it's £90 instead of 100, just reduce it. And I've also found that the website predicts how much we use based on our last year's consumption, but it doesn't really take into account that we have a battery. It doesn't really know that. So it was charging me £150 a month when really we only spend like well, particularly in summer, but we only spend a fraction of that, and that enabled me to have a big credit, but I don't need a credit that big. So I would say keep an eye on your balance, because if you need the money, there's no reason to put it on your electricity account. There's no interest on that. You're not making money out of it. Yeah, that's it really. So yeah, and then it's been a strange month. Like, it's 8th of October, I haven't turned the heating on, so it feels very strange. That's not something I'm used to. I was quite cold earlier in the week, and then it got really hot. So it's really hard to tell you will need to do this and you will need to do that, because we don't really know what the weather is going to be like. So what you need to do is look at it, take a step back, and for example, at some point I was doing dishwashers first thing in the morning. Now I'm actually looking and thinking, okay, I'll do the dishwasher in the middle of the night, because I'm going to run out of electricity throughout the day if I don't. The days in winter, for us, are really short. Like, by 4 o'clock, it's not 4:30, it's night time. So I stopped generating electricity in winter by about 3 p.m. because of the way the sun is angled, and there's a massive tree as well. So you have to change your habit throughout the day. You need to be flexible. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just rambling here. Anyway, so if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. If you have been considering changing supplier, I have an Octopus referral link where we can share £100, so £50 for you, £50 for me. If you have any question about the battery, do drop me a note. And I would like to know, if you are in the West Midlands and you have a heat exchange pump, what do you think about it? How do you get on? Because I've got some really mixed feedback, and it's a £5,500 investment, and I want to know if it's worth it. So I would love to hear from you, and I would love to know what you think about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!